Since the dawn of time, humanity has created. We have cave paintings dating back to, I don't know because I didn't do any research. We have amazing, just unparalleled works of art dating back from when paint was really hard to make and they had to crush up a bunch of shells to get like purple and shit. And then we have those works of art that we don't even know who they're by. You know, like again, the cave paintings, all these ancient works where the author has been lost to the sands of time. We have Homer, this figure that probably was a lot of different people. And we have modern, anonymous works like Banksy and probably other ones. And then we have Leah. We don't know anything about Leah. We only know that she is perhaps the best poet of our generation, widely considered to be so. We have a name, we have handwriting, and we have the poems. So today, let's get into it. I'm going to try to figure out exactly who this poet is based on her very, 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 very large body of work. So here's what we're working with. I feel like I'm showing a fish. Let's start from one of the more recent ones, shall we? Long pearl necklace looped twice. Tick-tock tick. Long, noodly brown arms reaching for a 7-point star. Tick-tock. Tiny mood ring on their pinky. Blue. For normal emotions. They stretched, and fingers crawled over the points of the star, leaving white marks. They pinned it securely, undid it, and redid it. A badge of honor. Fake pearls jangling in a dully empty way. Now, of course, you have the genius of it, the ability, the agility of the language. The loud roommates that I hate. I only hate one of them. The loud roommate that I hate. The 7-pointed star. Now, what could that possibly be? I believe that it is a reference to the star in Jerusalem. And that this author is saying, she is the Messiah. She is Jesus risen again. I believe it. I really do. No one else could do this because it's a sort of witchcraft. It's a sort of magic, and yet it's sanctioned by the soul. The soul understands it as the same thing. It looks at this and it says, I too have fake pearls. I too have a mood ring. I too have blue for normal emotions. And really, only the true master of language could make us feel that way. Tick-tock tick indeed, Leah. Tick-tock tick indeed. Pony up or ride the road. His teeth were blue where they should have been yellow. She was a Ginchy girl, but he wasn't under her spell. He drew. She blinked. He lunged. The story itself, the teeth were blue where they should have been yellow. What does that mean exactly? Why are we seeing a Western? We're seeing 2 horses. They're running. Pony up or ride the road. You better pony up. You better pony up. You have the drawing of the pistols. You have the pony up again. Money? Horses? Both. They're outlaws. This proves beyond a doubt that Leah operates outside of the law. In what capacity, we can't say. That motorcycle needs to shut up. And now we delve into the world of art that Leah is also a master of. Here we have a short poem. If I had a big hairy purse, everyone would think, that's so not a fashion statement. It's wild. It's not tame. And my big hairy purse would bare his teeth and jump out of my arms, and everyone would shriek as he clawed at them, and he would come back, hang onto my arm, and I would give him another treasure to hold in his belly. Now that right there is a really poignant short story in poetry form, in verse. There's words for these things, and yet it's what's on the other side of this poem that is more compelling. A drawing. Now, most artists specialize in one medium. Charli XCX, she's a singer. That's her medium. And yet Leah, she transverses, nay transcends the boundaries of art forms. She is a poet. She is an artist. They are one and the same. It's the same thing. And yet in this art, you see the hairy purse, and you see the hand reaching in, and you see all these rings, and it opens up the story, it widens it, it gives more layers. You see the hairy purse right there in front of you, and it's beautiful. Now here we have a poem that alludes to other figures in this strange figure's life. The Rise and Fall by Leah. Just like the Roman Empire, Mama's oatmeal rises. But unlike the Roman Empire, under Mama's scrutinous eye, it doesn't dare fall. The implications of this one are extreme. Number one, Leah has had some form of education and has not, as some scholars postulate, been raised in the woods, alone, and free to develop her eye for her entire life, and only then brought back to society, taught English, and told to go buck wild. No, she was somehow raised in this society, and yet went beyond it, and looked down from above, and saw things as they really were, and put that through the pen into the paper. Number two, she has a mother. Many things have mothers, and yet it's suspicious. I won't say more on that. You can think for yourself. You have a brain. Use it. This one is a real window into Leah's life. It's called Nightstand. And underneath the poem, in bold, it says, less of a poem, more of a list of what's on my nightstand. First of all, amazing. Much like that one writer who wrote an entire book in French without using the letter A, she has taken the genre and modernized it and made it become something new. Is it a poem, or is it a list of things that's on your nightstand? Leah says, why can't it be both? One big gulp, 2 straws, 3 math books, pink, checkered, gold, 4 CeraVe products, and also plastic fangs and number 7 lipstick, and finally, tiny bald-headed red-irised and lipped clay head by Zoe. Written in an arrow beside 4 CeraVe products, there's a warning, counting stops, sad face, because that was real, and I shan't lie. So now we know that she has integrity. She didn't just say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. She had 1, she had 2, she had 3, and then she had 4. She didn't have 5, so she didn't write 5. She understands us, and we understand her. And she trusts us. It's the truth. Who's Zoe? Who could Zoe be? I don't know. There are many here that I'm not even reading because they're so beautiful. And if I was to read them all to you, you wouldn't be able to have anything left to go discover for yourself. When I finish this, I want to say, go, fly free. Go see what you can. Read these for yourself. See them with your eyeballs and understand them and look at them and then look at yourself. Look at yourself. Are you the best person you can be? Or could you be better? Could you be great like the hairy purse? Could you be stern? Could you be watchful? Could you watch the Roman Empire so it didn't fall, like Mama? I think you could be better. The only person that can't be better is the person that wrote these, and that's Leah. She's the best, and no one will ever be better than her. So don't even try. You're embarrassing yourself. Stop trying. God. This is one of my favorite poems in the world. It's called Horses with Red Ribbons Round Their Neck So They Don't Fall in the Snow by Leah. That is another thing that I like about her. She just puts her name right in the title. Where else would it go? Don't put it at the end. Put it at the start. Let people know what they're getting. Finally, the sun got to the point in the sky when the tiny horses looked big, strong, and, most importantly, tall. And they shaved each other's coats and took off all their jewelry and admired their bare forms in shadow. Love, Leah. Name at the beginning, name at the end. Need we say more? In other news, wouldn't it be nice to be a horse and hang out with your friend horses? And you watch the sun go down and you shave each other's coats and take off all your jewelry and admire your bare forms in shadow? Wouldn't it be nice? It would be. It would be nice. Here we have another, perhaps more disquieting, example of Leah's art. I'm going to say it says pop glam, rock power, pop boss baby. It's pop glam, rock power, pop boss baby. And that's how you know. That's how you know. What you know? Don't ask me. God, figure it out. Yet again, we have one of my favorite poems ever. My first crush was on the moon, but she ran away with a boy named Brad. I moved on, but almost. Every night when Brad is passed out at the bar, I swear, she looks down at me and stares for hours. I want everyone to recognize that this was written before Chappell Roan came out with Good Luck Babe. Before. And you know what? It's even larger in scope. I love Chappell Roan. Good Luck Babe is an amazing song. But you know what? This is beyond that. This says it's the moon, bitch. The moon. I loved her, and she loved me, but she went off to a boyfriend named Brad. And Brad isn't any good. Brad isn't any good at all, but she stays with him because she doesn't know anything else. She doesn't know what love could really be like. But I do. And she remembers that. And she comes by and she looks down at me and she's not going to leave Brad. She couldn't. But she dreams about it. She dreams and thinks about it in her waking hours. Isn't that so sad? Two more. Pay attention to the juggler. The juggler is the most creepy performer of all. Does the juggler make you shiver? Does she? You think the clowns are good? They are bad beyond belief. Are you upset by how dreadful they are? Does it tear you apart to see how lily-livered the ringmaster is? This one's scary. It really inspires those basic emotions of fear. Suddenly I'm sitting there, I'm in the stands, I smell the popcorn, I smell the elephants, because this happens before the Barnum Circus or whatever is like, maybe it is bad to abuse animals. I'm watching the juggler. And what's more, the juggler is watching me. The balls are going around and around and around. There's fire. There's things on fire there. There's a cleaver. Oh my God. Just added fucking spikes. It's just juggling spikes. Oh my God. She's bleeding. And yet, she stands there. Just making eye contact with me. She does make me lily-livered. She does make me shiver. The ringmaster is lily-livered. The ringmaster is saying, and now it's time for, and she doesn't move. He's shrinking away. He's going back to the shadows. She stays there. Spotlight shuts off. She's still there. Why is the music playing? What's happening? I'm so scared, man. This can't be happening right now. This can't be going on right now. No. I'm not getting possessed. No. No. This last one is the height of the mix between the visual and the written arts that Leah is so adept at. It's untitled. If you were orphaned young, and a mirror said it wanted to raise you, what would your answer be? And she shows us the mirror. Now, viewers, I don't know what my answer would be. I can't imagine being orphaned young. It would be pretty rough. I'm not sure who would take me in. But if a mirror looked at me, would it be my own face? Would it be my own self saying, "Can I adopt you?" Would it be my own self saying, "Let me take care of you"? Would it be my own self saying, "I'll sing you to sleep, I'll read you stories. I'll make you lunches for school"? Would I say yes? I don't know. My mirror self has never spoken to me. But I think Leah's mirror self has spoken to her. The boy in the tree glared down at me and threw acorns at my head. I started to climb, but he was much faster. Confused, I called to the newscaster. "Strange story," I said. When she arrived, she rolled her eyes. "Of course the boy in the tree was. It's because you're brunette. I must confer, Rull. You look just like a squirrel. Everybody knows Tree Boy hates squirrels." Everybody does know that. And this is a drawing by the darling Veda, who will, I believe, within 10 years be selling works of art worth 10 million billion gazillion dollars. If a mouse flies to London in the clutches of golden eagle air, she will probably come back with crooked teeth and an affinity for mushy peas. Her star-spangled mother will say, "Here we have no mushy peas, but would you like some fries?" The little mouse will probably say, "Okay, let's scurry off and find some." And they're called chips, by the way. What an annoying mouse. I hate British people. We're Irish, so. A day too hot for jeans. The air had an electrical fire smell, like someone had just set off fireworks, and I thought, is it safe to be outside right now? Counted how many steps I could take down the sidewalk with my eyes closed, a little cheating, belly full of green beans and lemon cake. Stood at the tippy-top edge of the lake and sloped my shoes down so water crept in, turned around and was nose to nose with a wide-eyed, white-haired man. Tried to scream, but he gently scooped me in his arms and jumped in the lake. Couldn't see underwater, but could feel he wasn't holding me anymore. Squished my eyes open and saw he had turned into one of my scales. All exist a lifetime, but she only existed for a song. But if you listen to the song, she'll exist again, every time. Whatever, Dad. Stalwart candle. She cries waxy tears, leaving trails down her figure, memories for all to see. Each tear falls and she loses bits of herself. As the last of her melts away, she is sad but brave. Alas, she meets the rest of herself in a puddle and she is whole again. Creep! Creep! She's thin, veiled. She's an officer in the Black Watch, 3rd Battalion, Royal Regiment of Scotland. She's a lady from hell. Yellow truck, green headlights, hearts in the bed. Old girl Priscilla drives down the familiar road, holds her breath without using her brain as she passes the yard. The dog is never home, but it might be home. Priscilla waves a white Kleenex out the window just in case. Just passing through. Don't be scared of the ghost in your closet. He's only trying on your dresses. He died in 1937 and never got the chance. His government name is Yank Quirktastic, and he is wondering if he even needs to choose a new one for drag. That's Yank. The horse is red. There's a handprint on her side, right next to her tail. And when everyone follows her, when everyone asks her to follow, the handprint looks darker than red, and sometimes in a certain light, it looks as though she is covered in handprints on her legs, over her eyes, and when she runs, the darker than red handprint will shimmer, and at night you can't see. You can only feel. The phone rings. 2, 3, 4 before I pick it up, my crossed fingers trembling, praying that it's the Hat Man. A dam breaks and relief floods my body. "You came back," I smile. "I always do." He tried to slay the Yale. Just 15, he had trespassed one cloudy, wet night and, mind on his boyfriend, had left the gate unlocked and deep footprints in the mud all the way back home. Slaying the Yale was his immersement. And he did try to slay the Yale. The problem was not its tusks, nor its daunting size or its horns swiveling in every direction. It was its wild, its desperate eyes as he raised his knife, slumped his shoulders, turned around, and walked into the dungeon and locked himself in. I love working alongside professional business crabs, even if they don't own a suit. A suit is not a good gauge on professionalism when it comes to crabs. Valentine for a tree. On the sidewalk, I stopped dead and bent my neck as far back as it would and stared. I stared at them, and they waved many tiny hands, one twirling to the ground to say hello. I waved back, and they twinkled with discretion. I smiled, and they, patient and quiet, watched me watch them, turn, as armed to the sun. I stared at them, and they quivered, slightly mirthful and sincere. I stared, and they stood still for a moment. I waved goodbye, and they waved many tiny hands, courteously and with distinction. True story. Good night to you, and tell the tree good night too. For weeks, I couldn't decide the name of the ladybug in my shower. I tried girl names, boy names, last names, and celebrity names. I tried names of characters from Glee. Nothing took, nothing felt right. It was only as he fell tonight and lay upside down, legs frantically writhing, and from my throat erupted in slow motion, "No, Frederick, if you die, it will be my last straw," that he was blessed with his name. Part 2. I did save him, temporarily, and then by slipping away from this dangerously slippery situation, he saved himself permanently. I did shed a tear, but as that tear ran down my face, it ran into the upturned corners of my smile. Part 3. It has been a few days, a week. I just checked, and his absence remains sustained. Just so does Leah's absence remain sustained from the public eye. Perhaps one day we shall see her, and until then, she manifests through her writings, which are beautiful and fantastic. I think she'll be like a dragon or something. That'd be cool. Maybe a bird with like a million wings, like just a bird that's all wings, not like a biblically accurate angel. It's still a bird, but has a lot of wings. Anyway, if you're seeing this, Leah, do your thing, man. Have fun. See ya.